So it looks like the iPhone 7 Plus is a very interesting phone in 2022, and it's going to be one of those devices I'm going to be talking about a lot. And I will tell you, this phone is definitely not perfect, but for it being and for the future of this phone, it really just makes sense for me to make videos like this and telling people that, hey, if you're looking for an iPhone and you're planning on getting an iPhone like an iPhone 6 or an iPhone 5S in 2022, I would highly recommend doing that, but that doesn't mean you can't buy a used phone anymore. You don't have to go buy the latest and greatest. I would recommend buying the iPhone 7 or 7 Plus at the very least, but in this specific case, the 7 Plus is one of those phones I've been kind of thinking about and comparing against the previous generations of iPhones, and these include the iPhone 13s, iPhone 12s, and iPhone 11s, and this iPhone really does surprise me. There's some areas about this phone that still hold up pretty well, and when I look at the future, the next year, this year and next year, this is an iPhone that looks to be the lowest supported iPhone that Apple's going to be making. So with iOS 16 coming out very, soon, in the next couple of months, it looks like we're going to be getting the betas in June. Hopefully nothing changes with that. But with the iPhone 7 Plus, it looks like this phone is still going to be supported with that software, but the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 6s Plus are not going to be supported with this version of software. Now, why is that important? Well, mostly this is important because Apple may not actually go ahead and support the 6s and 6s Plus with the next version of software. And because of that, the 7 and 7 Plus are probably going to be supported, and it makes no sense to buy an iPhone that is lower than those phones as of right now. Now, if you currently own an iPhone 6s or 6s Plus, then keep them. But the 7 Plus, for the price that it is and for the performance that you're getting and the capability with that dual camera setup, with that beautiful display, and with that Apple A10 Fusion chip inside of it with 3 GB of RAM, that is still a pretty decent performing phone that I would pretty much recommend you to buy if you need a stable, somewhat stable phone in 2022. Now, I did compare the iPhone 7 Plus against the iPhone 13, and I actually did see that the performance of the iPhone 7 Plus was pretty decent. The iPhone 13 was beating it. The RAM, I think, was actually kind of close in some areas, but the iPhone, 7 Plus held its own, and I was actually pretty happy about the performance of that phone too. I wasn't expecting the iPhone 13 to be slower than the iPhone 7 Plus, but from my test that I ran, I was actually a pretty happy young boy with that. So that's a really big thing to keep in mind. But on top of that, the iPhone 7's performance is fairly close to that too, but the 7 Plus has that extra gigabyte of RAM. It has 3 gigabytes of RAM, and I think in 2022, that is a very important thing to keep in mind. These, applications, these phones are only going to be getting more and more graphically intensive, and they're only going to need more and more resources. That Apple A10 Fusion chip is already kind of dated, but by you having an iPhone that has 3 gigabytes of RAM, that's only 1 less gig of RAM than the iPhone 13, and it has the same amount of RAM as another brand new iPhone that Apple is selling, which is the iPhone SE 2nd generation. So because of that, you're really not that outdated. Yeah, yes, it's not perfect, but it's really not bad, and again, that's kind of a big thing to keep in mind. So in 2022, I think the iPhone 7 Plus is still a pretty good phone to pick up, and if I were you, I would probably recommend buying this phone at the very least. I wouldn't recommend buying a phone that's older than this. This is pretty much the bottom of the bottom, the way I would recommend it in this day and age. So that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.